Hello, this is Aislin again. Welcome back. Today I'm going to continue talking about the convoluted history of Wicca. We've come up to about the time Christianity first started to spread throughout Europe, so that's where I'm going to pick up. When Christianity arrived in Europe, there was not the immediate mass conversion that is sometimes suggested. Christianity had not evolved naturally over thousands of years. Instead, it was a man-made religion, one that took a great deal of time to reach the masses. Sometimes entire countries would be classified as Christian when, in fact, only the rulers had converted, and often only superficially at best. For the first 1,000 years of Christianity, the pagan religions of early Europe were still highly prominent. Just because mass conversion attempts were unsuccessful doesn't mean they didn't occur. One attempt at mass conversion was made by Pope Gregory the Great. He ordered the building of Christian churches on the sites of older pagan temples and groves. He instructed that all idols were to be smashed and the sites sprinkled with holy water prior to construction of modern churches. This was to purify them of unholy energy. He really did believe that these sites had energy that would not benefit the followers of Christianity, so he made an attempt to have them purified. To a large extent, Pope Gregory appeared to have been successful in his attempt to convert at least a great portion of Europe. But if we look beyond the surface, we see a different truth. Appearances can always deceive. When these early churches were being constructed, the best artisans were from pagan religions. It was the majority of the population at that point, so if you wanted the best, they were going to be pagan, at least some of them. These artisans incorporated much of their own symbolism into the holy sites, symbolism which can still be seen in churches from that era. Take a look around any of the really old churches in Europe, ones that were constructed at least 500 years ago, sometimes earlier, and you will see many pagan symbols. In this way, pagans could easily go to church and worship their own deities under the guise of worshiping the new god. It was the essence, not the form, that was important to the pagans, so it took a lot longer to stamp them out than is sometimes suggested. Now, Christianity was gaining in strength, but this was happening slowly. It was still in its infancy and perceived the pagan religions as a threat. It's only natural to want to eliminate any threat. Whether you're a religion, a person, a country, threats are a problem and you want to get rid of them. Now, the church had an effective way to attempt to do this, as the gods of the old religion often become the demons of the new. In the case of paganism, the god of the hunt, who was so revered and worshipped by pagans, served well enough as the Christian devil. He had horns, and to someone who knew no better, he could actually be very frightening. So it made sense for the new religion to co-opt the gods of the old to try to frighten followers. By drawing this parallel, the church was able to brand all pagans as devil worshippers. Eventually, this label was applied to anyone worshipping a god or gods different from the Christian one. In this way, the church was able to justify its attempt at mass conversion. This old stereotype has endured to some extent, and practitioners of many pagan religions, including Wicca, are often accused of devil worship. It's important to note that there is really no connection between true Wicca and devil worship. Wiccans don't believe in the devil. You can't worship someone you don't believe in. But this didn't stop followers of Christianity, at least in the beginning, from painting them as devil worshippers. As Christianity grew in strength, it slowly pushed the pagans to the brink. By the time of the witch trials, many pagans had moved out of polite society to take up residence in the country. Though the pagans of early Europe presented no threat to the church, it wasn't long after the claims of devil worship first surfaced that the beginnings of the witch trials started to emerge. I'm not going to go into the witch trials right now. That'll be the subject of my next video, where I start to touch on things that happened during the witch trials, things that influenced how the witch trials went and how long they lasted. But for today, we're going to wrap up with just the coming of Christianity. See you next time. Blessed be.